Cricket in the Middle East is what this podcast is all about. Yes, we are here in the UAE physically, and obviously, I am here doing cricket in UAE, playing a little bit, but mostly calling the game and doing commentaries in various tournaments. And because of that, I've come across some amazing individuals, met some fantastic personalities, and there's always special place in your heart for cricketers and good cricketers, and not just guys with a good game, but also guys who are lovely personalities, good friends, and guys who like to chat and talk cricket. And one such individual that I really admired from the time I started doing commentary, really enjoyed his batting, and someone who's not too long ago received his call up to the UAE national team is our guest for the podcast today. It is none other than the dashing left-hander, the awesome personality, the good friend, Khalid Shah. How are you, bro?
Very good. Thank you very much, Samir. Thank you very much for having me here. Lovely facility. Congratulations once again for this, and thank you very much once again.
Yes, so a lot to talk about, obviously. I mean, we must have crossed paths many times at stadiums, at grounds where you've played matches, and I've called those matches, I've interviewed you for player of the matches, pre-match tosses and whatnot. But over there, you can maximum but talk about 2 or 3 things, ask you a couple of questions, that's it. But we can't really deep dive in those conversations. But here, we're going to go as deep as we can and then have a nice little friendly chat and get to know each other. That's the whole idea.
Absolutely, and I'm ready for that. Yes.
I've seen you recently go to a podcast with your university. How did that go?
Amazing. I mean, as I told you earlier as well, Skyline is very close to my heart, and I was standing there once in an event, and they asked me to tell a few words there. And I said, thank you very much, Skyline. You have given me everything, a degree, memories, friends, and a wife as well. And now
really?
I have a kid.
Okay, that's some scoop. Okay.
That was a good podcast as well. They started recently as well, but overall it was a very good experience for me too.
Super stuff. Let's go to the cricket a little bit later, but let's talk about Khalid Shah, the person. 6 brothers in the family. That's a lot to deal with.
Alhamdulillah, it's given by Allah. So 6 brothers in the family, and I'm the only one born in Pakistan, and rest of 5 are born in UAE.
And when did you move after being born to Pakistan? Immediately, or?
I think they were on vacations, my parents, if I'm not wrong. It must have taken a month or so. I was back in Dubai and with my family. Okay. So you can say that I'm 28 now, so it's been 28 years I'm in Dubai.
Even though you were born there, you're technically a UAE raised kid.
Yes, so my education, my schooling, my university, everything was done in Dubai, in UAE Sharjah basically. Right. So you can say that I'm a UAE kid.
Not a spoilt UAE kid, but one of those nice ones, because there's quite a few spoilt ones as well, at least from my understanding of my list in my 2 years here. Okay, and with a big family like that, how are the dynamics in your family? Like, are you guys very close to each other as siblings, or is there like some sort of distance? How is it in your family?
Well, we are very close to each other. I mean, all of us, even my dad as well, because having 6 brothers in the family, the parents, the gelling is there obviously, because when you're when you're 6 brothers in the family, you have to talk to each other. You have to tell your feelings to each other. And keeping that thing in mind, we are really friendly. Yeah, we fight a lot as well. We used to fight a lot as well when we were kids, but now alhamdulillah, with the time, things have changed. We have got mature. We have a couple of us got married. One is on the way as well, getting married. So things were very good in the family, alhamdulillah.
And you said that you went to Skyline University, but what school did you go to?
I went to a Pakistani school, Pakistan Islamic Higher Secondary School in Sharjah, and I've done my schooling from there. Initially, I was in an Indian school, New Horizon Indian School, till class 4th or 5th, and after that, I joined Pakistani school. As I got graduated from my school, I went to Skyline. I love the facility. One of the main reasons I love the facility was because they had a cricket ground there. So, that is what attracted me. Though, let's be very honest, at the initial stage, we couldn't afford that. It was a bit expensive for us. But I'll take a name of a person, Rakesh Kaur here, because he was the guy who gave me the scholarship, 50% scholarship. Because just before that, I represented UAE. I was part of the camp of Under-19 World Cup Camp 2014 for the UAE. Keeping that thing in mind, I got 50% scholarship in my university. So this is how it started. I have started my university, and I played a lot of cricket for
university. That's very surprising to hear. I mean, a university giving you a scholarship for cricket, I mean, that's quite surprising, because UAE, cricket is big here now, but even 10 years ago, it's hard for me to imagine someone giving you a scholarship because you were a good cricketer.
Well, not many do that.
Exactly.
But I was fortunate enough that my university was one of the best. And as I told you earlier, my Skyline will always be close to my heart. And these are few reasons. Today I'm sitting here, graduated from university. one of the main reason is Skyline. So all thanks to them.
Not far from my place. Maybe I'll consider it for my son.
Yeah,
Probably
for sure. And
8
everyone
years
watching here as well, please.
No, I mean, there's some lovely facilities. I love the cricket grounds. They've got the tape ball one and then got the nice 3 grounds. I played a fair bit of cricket there as well. So, I mean, beautiful. The parking, everything is fantastic. Okay, your first interaction with professional cricket. Where did it all begin?
So it's a funny answer actually. 2003 World Cup. I remember the World Cup because I was discussing this few years back with my dad as well. Dad, do you remember when I started cricket?
And because Pakistan was in the finals.
No, because Pakistan was 2003. India was India
Sorry, it was
and India and Australia.
When Pakistan Australia went the finals.
India was playing Pakistan 2003 World Cup, one of the game, the group stages. I think Saeed Anwar scored 100 in that game if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
That cut short of Sachin Tendulkar to show
Oh,
off that.
Sachin was on fire in that World Cup.
So
2003,
India versus Pakistan. I was sitting in a restaurant with my dad, and I see all these people shouting around and stuff like that. What's happening? I don't understand these things. And India playing in the Pakistani restaurant. So looking at that, I said, Dad, what's happening? So India playing against Pakistan is a big thing. So that is how things started in me. Okay, this is a game called cricket. Maybe I was 2003. I was 7-8 years old, but I still have this memory in me. I mean, it was a lovely memory. So professional cricket, what I started watching cricket was one of the main time actually.
And then when did you realize that you want to actually go and play the game?
Well, it was with my brother, to be very honest. We used to play tennis ball cricket. I've played a lot of tape ball cricket. So, most of the time, there used to be fielders standing behind the wicket keeper, so who can give you the ball fast,
You were that person.
Light, there were no lights, we were playing on the streets.
Right.
So just to make sure that they don't waste much time because the sun might go down, the sun will go down fast, so I have to give the ball. So, every single time I used to wait for my batting. There's no batting, and every single time I'm just giving the balls to my side. I'm not going to play this game. But anyways, it was my brother with whom I started. Then obviously I started going to academy at the later stage. Right. My father, my parents supported me in there. I started Sharjah Cricket Academy as well. I was one of the kids. I started there my cricket.
How old were you when you started at Sharjah Academy?
I'm very honest with you. I don't remember exactly, but maybe somewhere around 11 or 12.
And since then, you haven't left the place. You're still there.
Well, that is something to be discussed coming up.
We'll get to that. No, but
well.
Take me through your days at the academy, like when you first went, who your coaches were, what was your first few experiences like as a kid, what was your initial reaction to it? Did you ever feel like, cricket's a tough game, it's not for me?
Well, going to Sharjah Cricket Academy, and especially Sharjah Cricket Stadium. We all know the history which the stadium holds,
overwhelming,
right?
When you go in there.
So, looking at our coaches, I still remember our head coach was Heather sir. Then we had Kasim Bhai as well, our coach, and he's currently with the under 16, under 19, and women's UE as well. Looking at these coaches and stuff, and looking at that atmosphere in Sharjah Stadium, I was like, oh my God, I'm in the heaven. I don't know, because I haven't seen stadium in my life before that, right? So Sharjah Academy, I started playing cricket there. Cricket is a game. I never got fed up of it. Every day I've learned something new out of it, whether that's good or bad, but I've learned from it. And it's been never like I've never felt that, no, I don't want to play this game. It's always, I want to play this game and I want to play better, I want to play more.
Get better.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously your main trade is that you're a batter, an opening batter, a left-hand batter. When you start off cricket as a kid, it takes time to recognize what your primary skill is. Did you try something else before you started batting, or you always knew that, no, I just want to be a batter?
There's an answer for that actually. 2014, I went for trials.
Right.
And
where did you go for trials?
ICC Academy, and Akib sir was the coach at that time of the UE national team. That was a time where UE national team recently qualified for the 2015 Cricket World Cup.
Yes.
Okay. So Akib sir was the coach there. I went there as a batsman, and I still remember we were practicing in the indoor facilities of the ICC Academy. So I saw some of the guys, some of the fast bowlers bowling there. I said, I can bowl quicker than them, I feel. I started bowling fast. And can you believe that? I got shortlisted because of my bowling, not because of my batting.
I cannot believe that, actually. I refuse to believe that.
Seriously, I got shortlisted because of my bowling.
I don't think I've ever seen you bowl.
I've never bowled after that because I'm a batsman again. So it was actually my bowling which got me into the camp and under 19 camp at that time. I was like, कुछ भी चलेगा अभी, just get inside, bowling, fielding, batting, जो भी है, I just have to be there, right? So my bowling was one of the main thing, that fast bowling basically. Great. I don't know I was quick or not, but I was quick. Seems like that's the reason I was in under 19. So that's how I got in.
to go to the trials, obviously your academy has to then recommend you and select you to be one of the good guys. Was there any sort of indication from your coaches while you were academy that Khalid, you've got it in you, you can go all the way? Did they ever make it look like that for you?
See, Sam, we always had experienced coaches in our academy, starting from those days till now. Okay, so before going to such events or before going to such platforms, they always gives you that experience. They share their experience with you. They tell you what to do exactly and how to control your pressure, how to control the nerves. So these were main thing, and obviously they gave me a game plan. This is how you should do stuff like that. But again, I went there as a batsman and I go select as a bowler, so I'm not sure what plans were given to me. But yeah, academy plays a huge role because they were the one who at that time they used to give us your performers and give your players. So they have to give some names there. So alhamdulillah, I was lucky enough to be one of the person, and I went there and I did my best.
Great, fantastic. And obviously after that you started playing a lot more A division professional cricket.
Yeah, so I have to tell you this for the podcast. No one knows about this. One fine day I was in Ramadan as well. Okay, there used to be a tournament happening in Sharjah, one of the grounds in Sharjah, in Batay basically.
Okay, Batay.
So I used to play for a team. They used to come pick me up, and we used to go and play there. I got a call from one of my coaches at that time. And he's like, Khalid, we are playing against an academy, ABC Academy, one of the academies in Sharjah, in Al Daid Cricket Village. Sharjah Academy was, at that time I left my academy already. I got a call, I said, it was basically Qasim. I said, Qasim bhai, I have a match in Bataya. He's like, you do one thing, you come there, you bowl, you bat, if we win the toss, we bat, you can leave then. We'll check with the umpires, if they allow, you can leave there. And if we lose, we bowl, you bat. After batting, you can leave them because obviously then you have already bowled. I said, okay, fair enough. That's a deal now. I went there, and can you imagine? I scored 100.
Wow.
And it's there on the. We batted first.
Okay.
We batted first. I scored 100. I said, good time to leave. I requested umpire. I said, I'm not feeling well. Blah blah blah. At that time, the rules were a bit easy, so I left. I left for my other game. All right. I was not aware of this, and the team manager of Bukhatir 11 at that time was watching that game.
Where you scored the 100?
Where I scored the 100.
Wow.
Okay, he was somewhere around and he was watching the game. After a month, no, it was Ramadan still. So after a week or so, I got a call from the manager, a message actually from Mr. Nair, very close to my head again, Mr. Nair. I got a message from him and saying, hi, this is Khalid, this is Khalid. He said, I'm Radhakrishnan Nair, and I'm the team manager of Bukhatir 11. Wow. So we are playing in Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Okay, we are playing in Sharjah Cricket Stadium, and are you available to play for Bukhatir 11? Wow. I said, is this even a question to ask me? Are you available to play in Sharjah Cricket Stadium? I'm available to play even rugby in Sharjah Cricket Stadium. so anyways, I went for that match. I still remember we were playing against a team from Ajman. I was lucky enough, God has been always very kind to me. Allah has been kind to me. I scored 78 or 80, I don't remember exactly, but it's there on in the
first game.
In the first game, so for Bukhatir 11. And that is the time, I don't know, the person watching outside in casuals is the owner of the stadium as well.
Khalid himself.
Khalid Bukhatir himself.
Wow.
And I didn't have any idea about this. Trust me, Sam, I have no idea about this. Before the game, though, my shirt size was too big. He said, brother, your shirt is very small. I said, yeah, what to do? This is what they have given me. So he had a friend, Hanif. He gave him the keys. Go get my shirt for this new guy. That guy went, got the shirt for me. And trust me, till now, I don't know who is this person. Okay, he's the owner of the stadium and he's the owner of Bukhatir 11. After I scored 80, I got out, going back. Person is standing there, clapping. Happy for me, well played. I said, thank you. I went there and sat there. I said, okay, fine. My captain came to me. He said, well played. I said, thank you, sir. Thank you. Do you know who's the person who just appreciated you? I said, I have no idea. I swear to God, I have no idea about this. He said, Miss Bukhatir's son. He's Khalid Bukhatir. He's the owner of the stadium. Then that's how I came to know that he's Mr. Khalid Bukhatir. Right. And since that day since today, I just call him.
Fast forward so many years. You're like his right hand, aren't you? You guys are always together.
Well, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, he's like a brother.
How is he as a person? He's a nice guy. He's a good character.
Gem. He's a gem of a person. Okay. Not me only. You ask any UAE cricketer, he'll tell you good about him. You ask international cricketers about him, he'll tell you good about him. You ask the boards about him, they'll tell you good about him. So he's a gem of a person, actually.
One of the few Arabs that's like properly interested in cricket, no?
Properly interested in cricket. His father is the one who started cricket in this region.
Amazing.
So Sharjah Stadium holds a record. I mean, we are the Guinness World Record holder for the maximum number of matches hosted
Yes,
in
of
a
course.
in a venue. So obviously one of the Arabs and a good guy too who's running Sharjah Cricket as well.
I've obviously always heard of Khalaf Bukhatir and the brother Salah Bukhatir who leads.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? This Ramadan, so I dropped my son to Sharjah Cricket Academy for practice.
Yeah.
I think it was the first week. And I said, you finish, I'll pray Tarawih and come and pick you.
Yeah.
So I go to the nearest mosque that Google showed me. That's just one junction from the mosque.
Yes.
And I go there, and the recitation was mind-blowing. Fantastic. I'm like, where have I heard this Imam before? And then I Google, and I put the mosque name, and it said, Sheikh Salah Bukhatir is conducting Tarawih here today. I'm like, wow, look at the coincidence. I just dropped my son to Sharjah Stadium and I come here and I find Salah Bukhatir reading I'm like, amazing. This is like a sign from the universe that you should stick with Sharjah Stadium.
Absolutely. And Sam, on 27th night, most of the time, 25th, 27th, but 27th mostly of Ramadan, you will find somewhere around 30 to 40,000 people easily there praying after him.
No, only then I started reading more about it. I had always heard him. I knew, okay, Salah Bukhatir was his Imam who recites beautifully. Then I started doing some research. And then until then, I didn't even realize that these two were brothers. I said, okay, fine, Bukhatir is maybe a common name here, so it must be a family name. Then someone told me, no, these two are brothers. There are, I think, 7 brothers in total, no?
Yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah, 5 brothers. Yeah. And then one of them owns Sharjah Stadium, one of them owns the Sahara Mall.
Yes,
then this brother is the one who owns the school and also recites. So I'm like, wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And then also my respect for Sharjah Stadium really went up. I'm like, man, these guys are not joking around. They are serious about cricket, man. I mean, they've done so much for cricket in this country. And then it's amazing. That's also the more reason that I've got my son to be part of that academy and not anywhere else, because I know, there's so much he can gain from it. Okay, getting back to you. So you played under 19 for UAE then?
So I didn't play under 19. I was part of the camp.
Okay,
with that. So that is how I got my scholarship. I showed that scholarship paper and that I was part of the camp, and that's how I got my scholarship.
Okay, and then let's get to your A division cricket. Obviously, you played a lot of D series earlier, and then were there any other teams other than Sharjah or Bukhatir 11 after that you played for?
Yeah, I've played for many teams.
Mostly for?
Bukhatir is a name which comes to my mind because that's the reason why I'm sitting here today. Because of them, I've played so much cricket.
Right.
I've started my cricket with them, a lot of games, Bukhatir 11 I mean. So after that, I've played for Ajman Heroes, I've played for MGM, I've played for Orakzai, I've played for a lot of teams.
When I see you
Eurocon,
play now,
Alubon, yeah, I've played for them.
When I see you play now, it's always in the team with the heavy hitters. Like all the big names are always in one team, like the Asif Khans and the Wasims and the Khalid Shahs. They're all like, okay, this is it's like Avengers assembled, all the big shots are in one team. How do you guys even lose anymore? So 2023 is when you got your call up, no, for UAE last year.
Yes, it was last year.
Before that, if I could ask you, what was your biggest moment in cricket? Like, your favorite, like if you were to close your eyes and think about your best moment, what would it have been?
Oh, I can answer this easily. During the COVID, when I got a call from Delhi Bulls in Abu Dhabi T10.
Wow.
Yeah, and sharing dressing room and the experience with DJ Bravo, Mohammad Nabi. Rahmanullah Gurbaz was his second international league.
Okay.
First Abu Dhabi T10 and second international league.
Wow.
So yeah, and one other memory I still remember when we as Bukhatir 11 defeated Afghanistan national team. Where there was Mohammad Shahzad, there was Asghar Afghan, there was Samuullah Shinbari, there was.
When was this?
This was 2017.
Wow.
So it was a comeback of Shahzad and they wanted to play a practice match. Afghanistan was going to play against someone in UAE and they wanted to play a practice match. So okay, fine. Bukhatir 11 was a team at that time playing everywhere, and we were part of many tournaments. So and we had a gel team. So it's okay, fine. We'll play a professional team as well. And they scored some runs. I don't remember exactly the score. It's there online as well. I remember my score though. I scored 46 in that game. Abdul Shakur, the wicketkeeper, scored 62 somewhere, and Chirag Suri scored 80 in that game. Right. That is the game where Chirag Suri scored 80 against Afghanistan, and he got a call for, if I'm not wrong, Namibia or Zimbabwe. UAE was traveling there and playing the World Cup qualifiers, won the qualifiers, and in a very important match against Netherlands, Suri scored 63, and UAE saved their ODI status.
Right. Fantastic.
So things connect that house. So yeah, these were the two: Delhi Bulls.
Okay.
And a call from Delhi Bulls, and then Afghanistan win. Then after that, the third one I'll name Bangla Tiger. They have given me a lot of opportunities.
Right.
Whether that
so
was.
Let's go back to Delhi Bulls then. How was the experience in the Abu Dhabi T10? The first time ever learning from all those big shots.
The experience was amazing, Sam. Trust me. And more than that, I was lucky enough. I was fortunate enough that the person who was sharing every details about the game with me was Andy Flower, the great Andy Flower himself. So Andy, one good day he's like, after the lunch, I said, Khalid, after the breakfast, sorry. He's like, are you free? I said, yes, sir, I'm free. So come, let's go for a walk. I said, come, let's go for a walk on the beach in the hotel. And we started walking there, and he started talking to me about my game. He started talking to me about his few games and stuff. He's like, what do you play, what do you do, and stuff like that. And he started giving me those ideas and stuff. He's like, what I was thinking at that time. So I said, I didn't ask this, but this person is telling me these things.
Meaning and he sees potential.
Yeah, and he's a legend himself.
Yeah.
Andy Flower's a big name. Of course. This shows the character of a person. This shows how down to earth these people are, and this shows in how these leagues are important for people like us, players like us who are young, who are new to this game and who are new to this platform. Yeah. DJ Bravo, I still remember one of our UAE player, he got hit 20-25 runs in an over. So in a normal scenario, if it happens, we'll be like, oh my god, this is 25 runs, you have done this, you have done that, you have given 25 runs. But in a team meeting, we lost that game. Remember this thing. DJ knew that this is his first game. Kashif Dawood was the guy, by the way. This is his first game. And you know what he did? He said, Kashif, very well bowled.
Wow.
Even after conceding 25 in an over. Very well bowled. Very well bowled. Don't worry about these things. You're a very good player. These things, I was watching these things at that time. I was like, wow, there is something special.
And that is why these guys are in the place where they are. They're so successful because they have that, they know where their beginnings were, and that's why they're happy to encourage young players.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why they're the legends of the game, one thing is for sure, you cannot play for a long time if you're not a good person. You can be a good cricketer, good player, no doubt about that.
It is a team game.
Yes, it's a team game.
You with people. You have to be a people's person.
Absolutely. And I was lucky enough. Even Kevin O'Brien was a coach. I still remember at that time. So these were the guys. I was really happy with them.
Right. And then you said Bangla Tigers. You're very close to them. I think you went to the Canada GT20, recently with them.
Absolutely. Again, Yasin Bhai, Zafi, very close to my heart again. They have given opportunities not only to me but
a lot of
UAE players.
You gotta respect them.
And one quality about them is they always promote the talent which has not been shown on international level.
Right.
Okay. I just saw Zim Afro's
squads,
and a couple of UAE guys are in the draft.
I saw Lukman Faisal.
There you go.
And Sahir Khan. What an opportunity for these guys.
But again, if they were not there, trust me, no one might have asked about them because they haven't qualified yet 100%. For the country. But overall, I'm telling you, both of them are diamonds. They are gem of players. So again, that was Bangla Tiger. But I was not picked in one of the seasons of Abu Dhabi T10.
Right.
Bangla Tiger was a team who they got some replacement and stuff. They called me for Abu Dhabi T10.
Amazing.
I was lucky enough. I was part with them in GT20 Canada as well. What a lovely experience!
I was following all your stories on Instagram and stuff. Good times in Toronto. I was at the Max 60, which happened in Cayman Islands. Obviously, we were talking about it off air, and luckily the organizers had sent a pitch curator at least 4 months before, an Australian guy, Josh, and he prepared such a fantastic wicket. And because of that, Max 60 was super successful. Like the TV ratings, the TRP was brilliant because the average 10 over scores were between 90 and 120. And it was, people were worried because in that part of the world, the reputation wasn't so great. World Cup towards the end, low scorers, then GT20, horrible conditions. So this was also again in the Caribbean, like, it's going to be another one of those horrible pitches and it won't be fun. But then it turned out to be an absolute blockbuster. Especially the Australians who were there, they were super appreciative. They're like, man, we wish we could get pitches like this everywhere in the world. So it also shows how important a pitch is to making sure a tournament is successful, so that's a given for sure.
Absolutely.
That also brings me to the point where I remember one of your innings, because I'm trying to build up to the amount of cricket that is played in UAE, right? There was an innings of yours that I was commentating. There was a match of yours in ICC Academy. You opened the batting. I can't remember which team you were playing. And one of the left-arm bowlers, Shakir Afridi, he was bowling to you. He was swinging away from you, obviously typical of a left arm, and he was struggling to make a connection. Your feet weren't moving. I'm like, what has happened to Khalid Shah? He doesn't look like himself. And then I'm like, I asked him, my co-commentator, like, ho kya gaya yaar? Matlab hil hi nahi rahe banda. Then after the match, I came and asked you, I don't know if you remember, I said, Khalid bhai, what's going on? You were missing everything. Then you told me, Samir, this is my third match for the day. I am gone. I am flabbergasted. I'm like, क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? दिन में 3 मैच कौन खेलता है? That is what, for me, that was the most surprising thing in the UAE. When I moved here, I said this in the previous episode also. I thought, I mean, for a Sri Lankan, because we, play a lot of cricket back home. I thought UAE में क्या ही cricket होगा?
No,
That's what we think from the outside. And I come here and I see all these amazing facilities in Ajman, all the grounds in Sharjah. I think on a daily basis, minimum about 50 to 60 matches are played.
I think more than this, if I'm not wrong. As you said, let's count Dubai grounds, Sharjah grounds,
it's
and
crazy the amount of
Ajman
cricket
grounds.
being played. I mean, do you think is this recent, this phenomenon, or has it been there from before?
Cricket in UAE was always big.
Okay.
From the days when we had teams of Danube, Wings, Alubon, Multiplex, GMW.
Okay.
These were big names, Sharjah Club. These were big names at that time.
Huge.
And can you imagine, more than half of the team used to be international players. So you talk about Mohammad Rizwan, you talk about Asad Shafiq, you talk about Mohammad Nabi, you talk about Gulbadin. So all international players used to come, Sharjeel Khan, and they used to play in domestic cricket of UAE.
Wow. Okay.
That's how you get stars like Rabi Shehzad. What a wonderful batsman he is. That's how you get people like Rohan Mustafa, because they played with these legends, right? So so cricket in UAE from the beginning itself was always big. So,
but I think the facilities that we have now, obviously, there weren't many turf grounds, there weren't many big grounds to play in. There was obviously the international stadiums, but the ones we have that now in Ajman, in Taid, in Bataya, these are all very recent. No?
Very recent, I think 2016, if I'm not wrong.
So what that has done is it has given an opportunity for even some of the non-professionals to go and actually play. Like obviously myself, once a week we go and enjoy a game of cricket.
Absolutely, and keeping one more thing. Before when there were no turf grounds, there used to be cement ground.
Yes.
And that helped UAE cricket a lot in Australia.
Because the ball comes on nicely.
So they went to Australia in 2015 World Cup, right? And till the games, you see one of the leading run scorer from UAE till the initial stages in the first round itself. So keeping this in mind, why that guy was a leading run scorer, and he played his matches against India, Pakistan, Ireland, Zimbabwe. Now, what was the reason? Because he has played a lot of cement cricket.
Right.
Now, batting in Australia, the bounce and stuff, it's almost similar to cement cricket. I'm not talking about the swing and
but the
bounce,
drop,
but the bounce is what makes you this thing. So cement cricket also helped them a lot. I remember there were 36 or 38 grounds in one ground in Umm Al Quwain.
Yes, I've seen that place.
Hamria plays a lot of grounds.
So I came in 2021 to cover the Cricket World Cup here.
Yeah.
And my friend whose team I play for now, who was here for a long time, I don't know if you know him, Akil Motors. He owns the cricket team which I play for. So he took me to one of his games. And at the time, these Ajman grounds weren't even there. So he's like, this is the cricket we play in the desert. I'm like, you guys are idiots. Why would you play in the sand? He's like, no, this is all we get to play. This is what we can afford. 2 years later, I come to settle here. He takes me to Ajman Royals. He takes me to Eden Gardens. I'm like, bro, I thought you guys used to play in the desert. He's like, no, we've upgraded. Now we play only here.
Now we have upgraded.
I said, this is cricket. What you played there wasn't cricket. That was But no, but it's amazing the variety and the fact that now even non-professionals have a chance to play, right? It's so good because you might just unearth a gem from nowhere. Like, okay, this guy's really good, and then we can go all the way if you want.
From nowhere, I mean, talking about the gems, you will very well know Jawadullah.
Yes.
Left arm seamer. Everyone knows him. He's a star now.
Absolutely.
Cricket is one of the best in UAE. So I was asking him, I said, Jawad, how long have you been in UAE? He said, like, these many years. I said, why I haven't seen you? I know almost each and every cricketer of UAE.
No, because you're
right?
So involved.
Because,
yeah, exactly.
So how I don't know you? He said, I used to work as a mechanic or electrician, I'm sorry, in Alain.
Wow.
In Alain.
Miles away.
So I said, okay. And then he said, Khalid, I was sleeping one day and I came to know about the trials for fast bowlers they arrange in ICC Academy. I said, one of my friends, he used to play table cricket. He said, one of my friends, he's like, go to this trial. I said, kya jaga? Alain se kya hoga hamara? From Alain we'll go to Dubai and stuff like that. This is how the mindset was, right? Exactly. And he said, anyways, I think it was Ramadan as well. He said, I was fasting, but I went to Dubai and I bowled few balls there.
Right, with a leather ball.
With a leather
first
ball.
Time.
Most probably, yeah. I said, bowled few balls there. And they wrote my number and name. I said, thank you very much. I got a call after 1.5 months. And I forgot about the trials. I said, Jawadullah? Yes, Jawadullah. From the analyst, I said, Jawadullah, yes. And so we have a practice match and from the trials. He said, I have work here, please. I said, this is for us. I was like, okay, fine, okay, I'll come. So he came for the game.
Okay.
And that's how it started for him. Now,
he's
you
one of
know,
the premier bowlers for UAE.
now when there are the leagues, if Jawadullah is fit, he is one of the main name in the league for you from the UAE.
I mean, it can change fortunes, it can change lives.
Yeah, it has done. It has been happened. Yeah.
Okay, enough about other cricketers. Back to Khalid Shah. So you got your call up last year. How did that come around, and what was the feeling like when you first found out that I'm going to be donning the UAE jersey? How was the feeling?
See, Sam, it was always a dream.
Of course.
For me and for the family, for everyone who loves me, or you know, we have some interaction. Playing for UAE was always a dream since my childhood. One good day, I got a call that tomorrow we have a practice game in Dubai Stadium. So team was traveling 2023. Our team was traveling for the Gulf Cup Qatar. So
yes, I was there as a commentator.
You were there as a commentator, okay, in Qatar, right?
Yeah.
Where UAE lost to Oman
in the finals.
In the finals, yeah. So they made two teams there. Okay, so one team, a team which is going to Qatar now for the Gulf Cup, full team.
Okay.
We're talking about Junaid, Zahoor, we're talking about Wasim, we have Ali Nasir, Wasim, Asif Lala, all the big names, big shots of UAE cricket. Yeah. And then there is a team, the bench players and you know the extras, the domestic players, the D series performers. Okay, so I was part of the D series performers or the domestic players, and we were playing against them. Mudassir Nazar was the coach. Mudassir Nazar sir was the coach. And when they met, hi, hello and stuff, everything, we did the toss. Wasim is batting first. Wasim was the captain. I said, okay. Can you imagine Wasim started hitting, and when he hits, you know, he's the best when he hits.
You have to take cover when he hits.
Yeah, and I was a wicket keeper there, and Asif Lala started hitting his spinners as well. Can you imagine? I didn't got one single ball beaten there. Yeah, no, I swear, no, not a single ball in 8 overs of spinners. Not a single ball. They scored 203 runs
in a T20.
In a T20 game in Dubai Cricket Stadium. Okay, Dubai International Stadium. Going to this, we started our batting now. And Junior Siddiqui bowling from that far end. I knew for the fact that Khalid, this might be your last game in the domestics. I mean, in the camp matches and stuff. Okay. This might be your last game because you never know. I'm playing cricket for so long. Got these opportunities, but not much. I know it's been after a gap I get such opportunities. You know, I was like, I called my wife when I was going for the game. I said, "Aaj ya to cricket khatam ho gayi, ya to shuru hogi." Simple, okay. She's like, no, everything will be fine. I've been there. Can you imagine? I scored 40 balls, 92.
Wow, really?
Yeah, 40 balls, 92. We won that match against a team which was traveling to
Fantastic.
To Qatar. Can you imagine that? 40 balls, 92. We won the game. Now the things have been open for me.
Okay.
So this guy can bat, and you have done it against a team which is traveling to
against the official national team.
Yeah. You're talking about Junaid, you're talking about Zahoor, Sanchez, Ali Nasir, Ayan Khan, Basil Hamid. Yeah. All were there. Jawadullah, yeah, he was there as well. So that's how things started for me. Then they went to Qatar. They came back. Then they called me to the camp matches. I did well in the camp matches as well. I did well in my keeping, fielding, whatever it was. The next thing was Nepal. Yeah.
So that was your first call up.
That was my first call up to Nepal. Yeah, that was an emotional moment for me and for the family. But yeah, again, it was something which I worked very hard for it, and I waited for a long time for this. And alhamdulillah, I was lucky enough to get an opportunity.
Great. And how did that tour go?
So I was playing against Nepal, first game against Nepal in Nepal. So when you
crowds must have scared you.
So when you're playing against Nepal in Nepal, it's like India playing against. It's like Pakistan playing against India in Gujarat.
In Gujarat specifically.
So in Gujarat, because it's the biggest stadium recently in the World Cup, you don't see any Pakistanis there, but you see all the Indians there. In Nepal, Mulpani ground, it's my debut.
Right.
Okay. And I went to face the first delivery of the game. We were playing against Nepal. Can you imagine the 40,000 people? After the game, I came to know the 40,000 people. Sompal Kami with the ball from the far end. I'm batting Wasim in the non-striker. And as Kami started running, all the crowd these crowds started shouting. And you know, that was something I never experienced in the center of on the pitch, from the pitch. In UAE, we don't get such crowd, right? So that is something which was new for me. It was not the players, it was the atmosphere was new for me. I was like, okay, this is disturbing now. But again, with a few deliveries and with some time, I got used to it. And that's how, as a cricketer, you get used to such situations. So that was experience. I played. We won that tri-series. We won the tri-series. After that, it was World Cup qualifiers. Two guys had to go back to Dubai, but I was lucky enough that I stayed in the team and I was part of the T20 World Cup qualifiers as well.
Nice.
So where we lost to Nepal in the
Yeah,
T20
of course.
semi-finals. Yeah. So this was a short story where I started.
What about now? Where does Khalid Shah stand in the UAE setup?
Fitter than before and getting better day by day.
No, what I mean is, do you still have a position in the team?
So now currently, so we will go to the camp and stuff once they are back from the. They are going to Namibia now.
Exactly.
So once they come back from Namibia, if I get a call, I'll be going to the camp.
But you are in the radar of the
yeah. So I'm practicing. I'm keeping myself in touch.
Right.
I was the third highest scorer in the last D10.
D series, for
Yeah,
Sharjah.
for
My God, you were
Sharjah.
backing
Yes,
it all over the
We
park.
lost the final way. So Wasim
I think it
was
was you and who was opening with you?
so it was Chirag and so it was going up and down. Sometimes Chirag, sometimes I used to give opportunities to
I
others.
think I did a few matches there. I didn't do any of your games. I did some of Abu Dhabi's and Dubai's games.
No, you were there one of the game
Was
where
it?
I hit Hazrat Bilal on mid
Yes,
wicket.
I was. Yeah, you cut that clip also. I remember.
Yeah,
That was some
yeah,
brutal hitting, man.
yeah.
Who was with you on the other end? I can't remember. Even he was whacking away.
I think Nurullah Yubi was also there, the young guy from Sharjah.
Yes, I know. No,
right?
From 7 District.
Same
yeah.
district, yeah.
But no. But wait, what
Imran-
about this? Alishan wasn't in your team.
No,
Alishan
he was playing for Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yes.
yeah,
He was
Alishan-
also going mad.
So
on that
it was
series.
Wasim number 1,
Yeah.
Alisha number 2, and I was number 3 highest scorer of the tournament.
Right.
And in the sixes as well.
That's the right order also. The kind of form you guys and the way you guys hit
Yeah,
also. It's crazy. It's amazing.
So that's how it was. This
Fantastic.
thing.
All right. Great. Okay. So now you said you're 28 years old.
I'm 28 years young.
Good one. Okay. And any regrets looking back at your cricket career up to now? Anything you think maybe I should have done this better, or maybe I should have made that decision at the time? Maybe I would have been in a better place. Any regrets?
Sam, to be very honest, no regrets in cricket especially. Allah has always been kind to me, and I always think that I've always achieved more than what I deserve, maybe. All thanks to Alhamdulillah.
That's a great attitude to have.
Yeah. So, but again, I have to improve myself. I see all these international players, my friends. One thing they tell you for sure is that you never become perfect. You have to learn whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to learn. You can learn even from a small kid as well, something.
Absolutely.
So no regrets, always thanks to Almighty.
Speaking of learning, now there's a very interesting subject that I like to discuss is that, listen, cricket has changed a lot from maybe 10 years ago. The dynamics of the game have changed. How coaches teach kids now is very different to how they used to teach before. It's no more about play in the V. It's no more about head position. Now it's very different. Are you actively or consciously working towards changing your game to suit the fast-paced environment of the game? For example, now let's say you have a particular weakness maybe on the offside, okay? So are you consciously making an effort to try and improve that? Or are coaches helping you to say, okay, listen, maybe you learnt playing with a straight bat, but you don't have to do that anymore? Is there a difference in the way cricket is taught?
Well, see, at this age, I was recently discussing with one of the coaches again, and I was working on one of my weaknesses. And I told him, see, I don't want to change my game. I don't want to change something else. One good point he added there, he said, Khalid, I don't want to change something in you. I'm just adding something.
Exactly, that's a very good point actually.
Okay?
Yeah.
That is when, I have always heard in my mind, I've always heard that changing your game at such age will destroy your game, blah, blah, blah.
You cannot change your technique, you cannot change your base, nothing.
Exactly.
You just add.
He changed my mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
And I added things in that. So, nowadays, as you know, the cricket is moving, the way things are happening, everyone wants to be AB de Villiers. Trust me, kids. AB de Villiers is very good, no doubt, but you have to be Virat Kohli.
Oh.
Virat Kohli is a man.
Oh,
Babar Azam is a man, no doubt. So let's follow them.
Right. I mean, listen, why people, I think there's so much love for Virat Kohli. Yes, he has achieved all that he has. I think the way he makes his runs and the way he contributes to the game, there's still a bit of purity in the way he plays. He plays good shots. He plays fantastic cricket shots, and yet they're as effective as the runs that Chris Gayle makes, or as the runs that a heavy hitter makes, for example. I mean, again, I would say the example of someone like Mohammad Wasim, who absolutely tonks the ball, and then you have someone like a Chirag Suri, who's all about timing and class and finesse and perfection. And both of them are equally effective. It's just that what works for you.
Vritti Arvind for that.
Yes, exactly.
Vritti
Another
Arvind
perfect
for that.
example.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in that spectrum? Do you want to be like a Wasim, who is known for tonking the ball? Or do you want to be someone like a specialist, technique like a Dhananjay De Silva, beautiful cover drive, or somewhere in between?
I want to be Khalid Shah.
No, I mean style-wise.
Yeah, style-wise.
Like, what's your game? Whack the ball.
T20.
Whack the ball.
It's a
See ball,
T20.
hit ball.
See ball, hit ball. In your radar, don't leave them. Even if it's the first ball of the game. I got proper once, I still remember. First game, left arm spinner bowling to me. I tried to whack it towards the mid wicket. And I missed that ball. I didn't got out.
Okay.
The first thing which I got when I went outside from the coach, what were you doing? First ball of the game. It was in my range. I have to hit.
If it's there to hit,
if it's in my range, if I don't hit that ball, that spinner will dance on my head.
Absolutely.
The next thing, right?
Absolutely.
So I have to hit him. Okay, I'm sorry. Next time I'll not. That's my game.
Watch
what
the first ball, like the old coaches used to say.
What's the first ball? But again, you have seen in world cricket nowadays, man. Player like Chris Gayle hitting first ball for 6 in a test match against Bangladesh.
Exactly.
So things have changed. Cricket has changed. Now it's not 50 overs, 250 or 260. Now it's 50 overs. You're talking about 400.
Yes.
Now in T20 you cannot defend yourself on 120, 130s. Now you have to think about.
Forget about 120. You can't even defend 160 anymore.
Yeah, you have to think about 190 or 200.
Exactly.
The game has changed, and that's how I'll always keep myself, obviously according to the situation, what the situation is demanding, that is something else, I understand that. But if I'm an opener, if I'm batting in first 6 overs and I have a person like Mohammad Wasim or Alishan Sharafu next with me, obviously I'll be playing my open game. But obviously if I lose 3-4 quick wickets, then I have to change my game.
And I think that's the markings of a good cricketer, because sometimes what you see is, I've heard so many people I've played with also say that, you know what, I'm not going to change my game. I will play the way I play. And that pisses me off, honestly. I mean, listen, cricket's a team game. You play what your team demands. Yeah, you can be an aggressive hitter of the ball. You can hit the ball as hard as you like. But if you're not going to do what the team demands of you, then you're as good as I am, you know. Exactly. It's very easy to say, this is my comfort zone, this is all I do. But the good cricketers are the ones who step out of their comfort zone, they fight it out. Whatever the conditions are, whatever the situation is, okay, I'm going to fight out of it.
Absolutely. And the difference is the mindset only between a C division or B division player and a national player or A division. It's a mindset how you take the situation in.
Speaking of donking the ball, I have seen you hit the ball a long way. See, generally we associate big hitting with guys who are like big units, they're bulky and muscular. You're not like that. You're slender, but how do you generate so much power? And I mean, I'm not insulting you. Your muscles are good. Don't take it the wrong way.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at myself because you know what?
I'm not saying that you're not fit. What I'm saying is, compared to the guys who usually hit the ball a long way, you are in good shape. Okay. So where do you generate all that power from? Right? Is it timing or what is it?
I'll tell you something. It's first of all, it's hand-eye coordination.
Of course, yes, that's one. Yeah.
Second thing, I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared who is bowling to me. Right. I don't care who is bowling to me. And third, Yusuf Pathan once told me, it should be the ball. It should not be the bowler, it should be the ball. You should be watching the ball, not the bowler.
Right.
So simple. Cricket is very simple after that. And why I was looking at myself, I was playing in Abu Dhabi T10. First time going into batting there. I was playing for Chennai Braves. And I was playing as Northern Warriors. The guy next to me was Ravi Bopara. He was a non-striker. So this guy, he bowled outside. He's a medium pacer. He bowled outside of slower one.
Right.
And the next thing was cut over 0.6. And he came to me and he's like, from where do you generate this power? He started doing
Same
this.
question that I had,
Exactly. Same question which I have. Even I have no idea, but when it hits, it goes, alhamdulillah.
In that D series that you're talking about, man, some of those sixes were, even to someone like Hazrat Bilal, you can't hit someone like that far out of the ground. And it was in Malek Stadium, 7 District Stadium now. Yeah. And that's a big ground. That's not even a small ground. Yeah. You were hitting it out of the park. Like, I'm like, where do these guys, what do they eat?
It is God gifted. And I'm maybe it's a Pathan power. I'm God gifted as well, alhamdulillah.
Who is your favorite UAE cricketer? Current UAE cricketer?
Current UAE cricketer?
Wasim has to be.
Wasim is good. Wasim is someone who is very good actually. Because I cannot name one because I have a lot of friends as well.
You don't want to piss them off.
But there are many in the domestic circuit. We have to keep an eye on them. Mohammad Wasim is very good, no doubt about that.
No, when I say favorite, what I mean is someone you like to watch and enjoy.
It has to be Mohammad Wasim, but let's not forget on Alishan Sharaf, who is on song. We have seen that in T20 recently, right? Against Shaheen and Amir. Yes. That guy is crazy. When he starts hitting, I think he's the best. Alongside Mohammad Wasim, obviously.
Yeah, so
if you tell me who looks beautiful, that is Vrithi Arvind and Chirag Suri.
Oh yeah, it's very classy. Right? Very classy.
Yeah. Basil and CP, they are also very good. All of them are good guys. I'm sorry if I haven't taken your name. You all are good. But let's not forget about the bowlers as well. Yeah. Jawad, Ali Nasir, Zahur Khan, Junaid Siddiqui, Akif Raja, all of them. Ayan, again a Sharjah boy, a Sharjah Academy boy as well. So gem, all of them.
And there's
yeah.
some amazing talent coming through. Like I'm seeing recently, guys like Karwan and 7 District putting in a lot of resources into the game. You know, they've invested in stadiums, training facilities, and some of the players they're bringing just fantastic, man. Like the talent that is there. I think going forward, if UAE doesn't become a serious force in cricket, then something's seriously wrong because there's no shortage of talent. You don't think so?
See, we have the best facilities in the world.
Exactly.
Best infrastructure. Everything is perfect in UAE, right? Let me add to this as well. Even the players who are coming in the pipeline now, all the youngsters, they're very good. They're very talented. Yeah. Okay? The systems which are there now in the UAE cricket, it's very good. Things are getting into places now. It might take some time, but trust me, the way the place where UAE cricket is moving forward now, it's in the right direction. The management is doing doing great job, and they have given all the facilities to the players, all the staff what the players requires, and still UAE is as an associate nation, they are supporting their players in a big way. I know many associate cricketer nations, they don't support that much what UAE cricket is doing for their players.
You know, when I first came here, that's the first question I asked one of my co-commentators. I said, listen, this place has, for me, the best facilities I've seen in the whole world. I've not seen maybe in England or Australia, but from what I've seen in the little bit of cricket that I've followed, UAE's facilities are fantastic. From the stadiums to the net sessions to everything. Why then is UAE still not making it big in cricket? So he gave me a very interesting answer. He's like, Samir, where you and I come from, that is, for example, Sri Lanka and India, like in my country, especially in Sri Lanka, in schools, we don't even have grounds that have grass on it. You know, kids play in like stones. Half of the ground is green, half of the ground is sand. Yeah. Even in those grounds, they commit fully. You know, you feel after a match, you see them with knees bleeding, arms bruised. So when you grow up playing in such harsh conditions,
become strong,
and then you get good conditions, you will swim and dive in on these grounds. Like when I look at ICC Academy, for example, I'm like, I wish I get to play here, man. Look at the turf, because I know the kind of grounds I've played back in Sri Lanka. Horrible. I mean, ICC Academy is better than some of our international stadiums back in Sri Lanka.
Absolutely.
So I'm just saying maybe that could also be a factor for the kids that have come through. They've had it too easy. Do you think it's like that? Or maybe not?
Well,
because they haven't seen the harder side of...
most of the players which we have seen, okay, recently they started coming from the schooling background. But before, it used to be most of the players used to come from India and Pakistan.
Yes.
From
so they've been through that hardship.
Yeah. So they have been through that hardship. But recently, when you talk about the youngsters, if the youngsters were not performing, then we might say, yeah, you're right. Okay. But when we talk about youngsters, you have Ayan Khan.
Oh, yes.
He's the best. Then you got Ali Nasir, again from the pipeline. He's the best. Then we got Vrithi Arvind.
Yes.
Chirag Suri.
Yeah. All Dubai.
So I think it's nothing like that. The guys are doing good. It's just the luck that sometimes it's in your favor, sometimes it's not. Simple as that.
And also other countries at the same level as you are also doing very well. You look at Nepal, they're achieving great things. Oman is doing fantastic. Like you never hear about Oman cricket, but then the team turns up and does amazing things. Absolutely. I mean, that guy Aqib Ilyas is in the form of his life these days.
Man, every match he scores.
He scores, he's picking up wickets. It's like anything he touches turns score. But super cricketer, fantastic guy. Okay, I think we've spoken for a long time. We haven't realized now it's almost an hour. You're now the business development manager at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. What exactly is your job role, and do you enjoy it? Do you look forward to go to work every day?
Every day. Trust me, it doesn't feel like that I'm working because it's something that I always enjoy to do, and it's like a dream job.
What exactly is your job role?
So we look after the sponsorships, we look after the bookings of the stadiums, we look after the operations of the stadium as well. So because we have a team of few people. So, you know, when we sit in a meeting, so everyone discusses everything, including Mr. Khalaf as well. Okay. Yeah, including he himself as well. So the leadership which we have over there, the way Khalaf kept us all, it's like it's a very good environment to work in, and things becomes very easy. And that's how we at such a young age, I'll be very honest with you, now with 4 years in Sharjah Cricket Stadium as a business development manager, can you believe I have hosted, we have hosted, I have the experience of T20 World Cup, 2 IPLs, Asia Cup, Under-19 Asia Cup, bilateral series, And now we have
Women's World Cup is
Afghanistan.
coming
Women's World Cup is coming up.
yeah.
Afghanistan, South Africa is going
yes,
to play.
yes.
PSL have been part of. So
Wow.
keeping this in mind.
Brilliant
So this is 4
experiences.
years of experience now, alhamdulillah.
Fantastic.
But playing cricket and working for cricket is completely two different things.
True. And I think because you're with Sharjah, you also have the flexibility from them to go and play matches whenever you want to, which is, I'm sure, a great.
Absolutely, big support from them. Khalaf always says we have to support people. We have to support youngsters. You not only, trust me, not only me. It's about the coaches as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. I know our coaches get selected as a coaching staff in LPL or the leagues. He said, this is good for you guys. This is good for Sharjah cricket. This is good for everyone. This is good for UAE cricket as well. It's fine. You go. I was there playing in Nepal. I was almost a month. I was in Nepal.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
T20 World Cup
For the
qualifier,
World
right?
Cup qualifier, okay.
I was in Canada GT20.
Yes.
Trust me, not a single word. They have supported me and they have supported a lot of cricketers like this.
Super stuff.
Yeah. Very ease and very chill and stuff. Everything was.
It's
very
like
good.
almost like a dream job, and may Allah keep it that way.
Thank you.
I hope you go on and realize your dreams for cricket.
Inshallah.
Like you said, there's a lot of support for youngsters. There's a lot of facilities and everything. What would Khalid Shah say to young cricketers, young budding cricketers in the UAE who want to make it big? What's your advice to them?
So, work hard. Respect your parents. That's a very important this thing, because a lot of people, when they want to achieve something, they forget about the reality. That is life's reality. So if you respect your parents, you have the praise of your parents, and plus your talent and working hard as well. Even if you're not talented, but if you work hard with this, trust me, things will fall apart. I mean, everything will be fine for you guys.
That's
So
it.
that's
Work
it.
hard and respect your parents. Wow, what a profound but powerful message.
Yeah.
Khalid, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I know we will keep talking in the future on little, man of the match interviews and tosses and whatnot. But this was a nice chat. It's really nice to get to know you and the way you think. And I think more than anything, what I always see in youngsters, like since I'm 36 years old, so I think I'm in a good place to give you some wisdom, is that what I always like to see in young cricket is a steady head. Sometimes with all the talent, they tend to get carried away. They're like, I'm the best in the world. Nothing can stop me. As long as you don't let that get to you, I think you can conquer the world. And I tell this to everyone.
Absolutely.
Never believe you're the best. Always keep practicing. Even for me as a commentator, I always compare myself to, like, I wish I could be like that guy. Not to copy, but one day I want to try and become at the level of him. I want to be I want to do what he's doing. Not out of jealousy, but out of like respect and
That motivates you, right?
That
motivates you.
Like,
Simple. Yeah.
You want to improve yourself constantly, and that, I mean, in cricket, that's bigger than anything. Is that you always want to improve, get better. I mean, even someone like Virat Kohli says, for all the things that he's achieved, he's like, every day we are improving, every day. Yesterday I was watching Joe Root after Sri Lanka won the third test. Joe Root saying, it was a great learning. I'm like, Joe Root saying it was a great learning. He's at the twilight of his career. He's right at the end of it. And he's saying it was a great learning. What more do you have to learn? So keep that attitude. I'm sure you'll go on and achieve your dreams.
Inshallah.
I think you're a fantastic batter, and I'm sure you've got a lot to offer to UAE cricket, and I know you will offer them
Inshallah.
when the time comes.
Inshallah.
Thank you for the chat.
Pleasure.
Khalid Shah, UAE cricketer and a dashing left-hand batter. Absolutely enjoy watching him bat. You should too. This is the Gulf Cricket Podcast. See you next time.